The Republicans had an opportunity here to put their best foot forward and just sound normal. That's it. Don't shout, say normal things, and speak to regular Americans about what's real. And they blew it, as they do almost all the time in these State of the Union responses. They put up rising star in the Republican Party, Katie Britt, who is a senator from the state of Alabama and a Republican, as I said. And I don't know what the F I saw. I agree with the people saying she looked like she was auditioning for a show on Lifetime. The drama, the fake affectation, the over-the-top portrayal of emotions I did not believe she was feeling at all. Her inauthenticity, it was totally cringe, as the kids would say. Sorry, this is how I saw it. You tell me whether you disagree. Here are some high/lowlights.
I never could have imagined what my story would entail. To think about what the American dream can do across just one generation, in just one lifetime. It's truly breathtaking. But right now, the American dream has turned into a nightmare. Our country can do better. And you don't have to look any further than the crisis at our southern border to see it. President Biden inherited the most secure border of all time. He invited it with 94 executive actions in his first 100 days.
Okay. She embarrassed herself. She embarrassed the Republicans. And she embarrassed women. It was a disgrace. I was horrified by her performance. And I really think that it's going to take her years to rebound from that performance. Am I being too hard on her, Sarah?
No, I completely agree with you. And as you rightfully pointed out, it is the most Republican thing to do ever, to be handed this on a silver platter. You have a guy whose a low bar is just don't die. He hits that, right? Okay, so good for him. Right, it. But it was just such a terrible, terrible night. And there were so many lies that were spewed. And you have this opportunity on a silver platter. And what do you do with it? You parade Katie Britt out there to audition for a Lifetime movie. I mean, it was just so painfully embarrassing. I literally had secondhand embarrassment watching her try to over dramatize everything. I mean, you had one job, Republican Party. You had one job. Bring someone out there and just be normal. And they could not even do that. It's just, I mean, it's uniparty stuff that, like, do any of these people understand real life? Are any of these real people? It feels like none of them are.
Didn't anybody, it reminds me, my family has been watching Modern Family, the reruns of Modern Family, which is such a great show. And at one point, Claire Dunphy, played by Julie Bowen, decides to run for town council, and her family just eviscerates her as she's practicing her debate skills. They point out everything that's wrong with her, that she's doing wrong. And someone needed to do a little bit of that to Katie Britt. There needed to be some down-home honesty about, it's not working. You're not Meryl Streep. This is one of my favorite parts. I mean, the fake holding back tears. If she actually were brought to tears by something that had happened, maybe, but it was fake. It was obviously fake. But my favorite part is the look down, the pause and the look down and then back up. Oh my God. I think her script said dramatic pause, Josh. Total missed opportunity.
Yeah, Megyn, there was a prominent Israeli statesman and political theorist many decades ago, 50, 60 years ago, by the name of Abba Eban. And he famously said of the Palestinian Arabs that they never miss an opportunity to miss an opportunity. And for the entirety of my adult lifetime, since I've been covering, following, talking, and writing about politics, the Republican Party never misses an opportunity to miss an opportunity. Because as you and Sarah have both said, the floor here was literally do better than the guy that we were worried about getting rushed to the ICU with heart palpitations or something like that. And we had this. I mean, Katie Britt there, I mean, just in that montage that we just saw, to say nothing of some of the other antics that the whole country, unfortunately, was watching last night. I mean, she kind of comes across as an insecure high school junior who's trying to swoon before the star quarterback and try to convince him, like, no, I actually really care about your touchdown passes or something like that. The whole thing is beyond over the top. I mean, I was never a huge fan of Katie Britt in the first place, to be honest with you. I think that she's not a particularly in touch with the current mood of the Republican Party. She kind of comes from this kind of old school business chamber of commerce-y wing. She definitely did herself no favors here whatsoever. But here's the one tiny thing that I will say. I'm not defending her. It was a very bad performance. But when was the last time that there's actually been a good State of the Union response? Sarah and I were talking about this before the show went live today. I think you had to go back probably to Mitch Daniels. Mitch Daniels around 2012 was... Yeah, that was the last time that I could actually think of, like, wow, that was actually a capable response. You had Bobby Jindal back in the day, Marco Rubio with the water bottle. No one does a good job of this. No. And it is a structural disadvantage. Yeah.
Why do they keep choosing people who can't speak in public? It's so upsetting to me. You can get a normal spokesperson. And I would submit that there is a chance they are a little too focused over on the Republican side on identity politics, as opposed to getting something who's a whippersnapper, who's super articulate, who can go bring it. You should get somebody who can speak live, who can actually respond to some of the lies we've just heard. Hell, I'm a registered independent. I'm not even a Republican. I could do it. I could do it way better than these people. Get somebody who can speak. I don't want to do it. But Ann Coulter I love her Substack, and she pointed out the following. In the last 9 responses to a State of the Union address, Republicans have chosen a woman or a minority. This year, it was tearful Senator Katie Britt, literally sitting at a kitchen table, presumably because a nursery school was not available. The last white male to give the response was Mitch Daniels. Coincidentally, it was the last decent one. You sure know your voters, GOP. This would be like Democrats refusing to give any jobs to women or minorities, as opposed to what they actually do, which is to give all jobs to women and minorities. In caps, we are not the party of identity politics, you utter imbeciles. The GOP cannot learn. They keep hauling out someone who checks a demographic box the Republicans are having trouble with, who proceeds to soak the speech in personal biography instead of substance. And here she finishes it up. For added cringe, Senator Katie Britt decided to drench her speech in estrogen. Children, kitchen table, more children, worried moms. We support IVF because familyness. Need to get dinner on the kitchen table. All this delivered in an overwrought manner that will be used to teach students in the first week of acting class what overacting is. And once you become Senator Katie, you should have become Kate. We don't have Senators Billy, Timmy, and Mikey. She goes on from there. I agree with every word of that.
Yeah, I do as well. I mean, look, I would also say, I'm going to take it one step further, and this may be controversial to say, I don't know, but I am, as the Hispanic here, I will just say it. They also had a Spanish response. And I don't think that there should be a separate Spanish response. It's very identity politics. It's very pandery, right? Like, have one response, and if you want to translate it, translate it. If you want to have a Spanish transcript, put a Spanish transcript. But literally, all we are trying to do is respond to all of the lies that Joe Biden has just stood up there and said. And if you can't find someone who can effectively do that, who is a woman or a Black person or checkbox here, just find someone, right? And the sad part about this, Megyn and Josh, is I feel like the substance of what she was saying probably was good if we would have read it on paper. It may have been a good speech. It may have included things that could have really resonated. I don't either. I have no idea, because I was so focused on how embarrassing it is that I have no idea whether or not it was actually something that could have resonated.
No, I've got nothing, Josh. And here's what's tragic in her case. Heretofore, as far as I know, in her delivery, has been normal. She's not always like, it's not like Kamala Harris, where I played that soundbite and no one here was shocked. It was like, oh yeah, there she goes again. Listen, we just pulled a random soundbite of Katie Britt. This is how she normally sounds. Listen.
It is clear that we have a next generation of leaders that are standing up and getting engaged. I mean, everything from school boards we've seen ever since the COVID lockdowns, and parents, being very frustrated with their children being masked consistently, and also looking at what they've been taught in the classroom and wanting to really be a part of saying, no, we want parents' rights back. To me, running for the U.S. Senate, you see this next generation stepping up across the country.
Who told her she was Meryl Streep? Truly, like, who told her what you really need to do is dial up the drama? Like CAA may be watching. You really want to wow the Ari Emanuels of the world. You never know what your next act could be. Grand Canyon University, a private Christian university in beautiful Phoenix, Arizona, believes that equal opportunity is important and that the American dream starts with purpose. Change the world for good by putting others before yourself. Whether your pursuit involves a bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree, GCU's online, on-campus, and hybrid learning environments are designed to help you achieve your unique academic, personal, and professional goals. With over 330 academic programs as of September, GCU meets you where you are and provides a path to help you fulfill your dreams. The pursuit to serve others is yours. Let it flourish. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.